Resident Evil Outbreak took the series into new territory, while also retaining the things that made the series so gripping. It introduced the world to the concept of online Resident Evil, where you and 3 other friends could fight to survive in Raccoon City. But the game wasn't such a dramatic change as Resident Evil 4 would be. It kept the story in the city with the same gameplay, with the static camera angles and the love it or hate it control schemes. It was great to go back to the incident that made the series, but seeing everything from a very different point of view. Not long after its release, this sequel came out, which really didn't change much.
May as well have a little fun while we're at it.
The gameplay is practically unchanged from RE Outbreak, so much so that the game feels a lot more like an expansion pack instead of a legitimate sequel. So if you did not like the approach to survival horror Outbreak took, this will not change your mind. The game is always a multiplayer experience, so when you are not playing online, the other survivors are controlled by the computer. You still select from one of the same 8 characters as the first, with each one bringing something different to the scenario. Kevin is a cop, so he is strong and has a gun. George is a doctor, so he can craft herbs and medicine. Alyssa can pick locks, etc. Actually, depending on which character you are, the scenario will unfold differently, which brings incentive to replay levels with a different one. The scenarios are where the fun really is. The 5 levels will have you exploring new areas of Raccoon City while also returning to some favorites from the past. Each scenario takes place in a different location, with one taking place in the Raccoon City police station, another having you go down into the subway, another into an umbrella lab, and even going into the forest. But my favorite is going to the Raccoon City Zoo, where you fight against zombie animals, including a huge elephant. The gameplay is that of classic Resident Evil, which is how I believe the series should be. You navigate through the changing camera angles as you solve puzzles and fight for your lives. There are many situations where it is better to run and conserve ammo and health than to fight.
Kevin!
And all the environments are dark and detailed, giving the game that eerie feel that made the original so memorable. There are some problems with the computer AI, with partners randomly running around constantly, and it would be nice to see some improvements instead of just more of the same. But when the same is entertaining and survival horror at its best, there isn't much to complain about.
Help me! Kevin!